morning again, Karoo. It's still October 23rd. It's probably less than a minute since I made your last video. I'm drinking some weak tea here. I'm reusing my tea bags because I'm cheap. And I've actually made a pot of tea. Yeah, it's been a good week. I got back Sunday night, a week ago today, as you know. Not quite a week ago, it was like 4 o'clock in the evening. And I took the back route. Again, you want to come sit with me, Taryn?
Dad?
Yeah?
Stove needs more pellets.
Okay.
It isn't completely out, but it's pretty close.
Okay, I'll get some pellets. I'll be right back. Hi, I'm back. Yes, so the stove now has pellets. We haven't been using the stove a ton, but a little bit. I can't believe that boy is so lazy. 7 years old. He should be able to carry a 40-pound bag of pellets. Kids these days. Anyway, so my week, I got back. I took the back road home out of the Tri-Cities, and it's faster. It's amazing because we've been going on the freeway this whole time, and I hate that drive on the freeway. I really like the drive on the back road, and it's faster taking it. And I always thought it was 15 minutes longer, and it's not. It's like 10 to 15 minutes faster. I didn't drive super fast on it. I was driving a little fast, but not super fast. But anyway, yeah. So I made it home and had a nice relaxing 3 hours before I went to bed. I'm still pretty tired. I didn't get enough sleep on the trip. Had a decent week at work. I did some stuff that was productive and valuable. It was fun. I feel like we're making some progress. I was excited from the conference and had some things to share from that. So yeah, it was a good week there. I got my digital download cards, which I'm not going to show you because they're in the other room. They're not very interesting. It's just a card with a number on the back. You go to the website and type in the number, and you can download the songs. So yeah, I didn't play a lot of music this week, but did some stuff. But then on Friday, did some stuff that's real productive. On Friday, I was supposed to play the farmer's market, and I'd been scheduled to play the farmer's market for about 2 months. And so Jared, the guy who I play with, I'd meant to get together and play with him a couple times before he went down, and all of a sudden I realized it was Wednesday and the gig was Friday, and so I was like, wow, we should probably email him. So I emailed him, and then it was the birth of the Bob on Thursday night. So we actually had a potluck at our house, so I just invited Jared to the potluck, and we actually had a nice potluck. There were a couple of Baha'is, but mostly non-Baha'is. Scott Moore came, and Jared, and Shane Dell, and their 6-month-old Liam, and yeah, it was really nice. We just hung out and talked, had a good time, and then on Friday, Jared went down a little early for the. Oh, and then I know what it was. On Tuesday night, I went out to dinner with a guy who's a consultant who does computer classes. He invites me. Whenever he's in town, he invites me. I go down to GP and have dinner with him, and we talk. I was down at GP, and the guy at GP said, "Hey, are you playing at the farmer's market Friday?" And I said, "Yeah, I am." He said, "Well, we're doing a beer garden out in front of GP. When you're done, you want to come down and play here?" And I was like, "Sure, I can do that. That'd be fun." He said, "Yeah, he said, I'm not sure we're going to have anyone, but I'm going to have the amp set up out there, so, we'll just play music out there and through an MP3, and then if you show up, you can play." So I told this to Jared, and Jared was like, "Sure." And so I had to work, I left work a little early, but we're supposed to be down there at the farmer's market set up by 4. And so Jared went down a little early, dropped off Liam with Sarah, and he texted me, and he's like, "I'm confused. Where are we supposed to be?" I was like, "I don't know." And then he texted me and says, "Figure it out." So I get down there and I show up at the place where we usually play, and JD Kindle, who's a local musician, I think I sent you some of his music, is down there setting up at that spot, and Jared's packing up his stuff, and I'm like, so what's up? And he said, JD's playing here, we're playing down at GP, and there's two groups playing, and I was like, okay, that's cool. And so it turns out, you know, the beer garden, and so, you know, communications being what they are, the beer garden was a celebration of the final farmers market of the year. So the farmers market had organized it and asked GP if they'd participate. So then they wanted us to play down at the beer garden, and JD was playing at the market. And so we didn't actually start until a little after 5, and they brought in these a portable corral. You know, they put in the street. They closed down the street, put in a portable corral because they can't serve alcohol unless they have a contained area. And so we set up there, and Jared and I played for probably 3 to 3.5 hours. You know, I would take a break, and Jared would play some songs, and then Jared would go get something. And it got kind of chilly at the end, but it was really fun, and I sold some CDs, which was pretty cool. And it was actually probably the best audience I played for. People were in a really good mood, and there were a bunch of people I knew, and they were all really excited. And actually, there was a bunch of people who knew a lot of the songs that I play. Clearly, you know, 30 to 40-something-year-olds who kind of grew up in the same era and knew the same music, and actually recommended some other musicians for me to listen to as well. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and like I said, I still need to sell. I sold about 1/10 of the number of CDs I need to sell to make back my investment, but that's not bad, you know. It's the first set of sales, so I'm deliberately obfuscating the small number of CDs that I sold, but because it's a small number I need to make back my investment. But hey, it was 1/10 of it. That sounds good, doesn't it? Had a really good time. And so actually yesterday I started recording because I was singing songs, and people were like, oh, which song is that on your CD? And I was like, that one's not on my CD. So I started recording for the second CD. Yesterday I recorded one song. I'm going to keep working on it today. But yeah, having a good time doing that. So that's really all I got. I will talk to you sometime soon. I'm looking forward to hearing your other stories. I enjoyed the story about the craziness in Winona. You know, we haven't had craziness like that here recently, I don't think. It's hard to tell in Pendleton. It seems like an awfully quiet town, but then again, so does Winona. But maybe I'll get to witness some guy chasing some woman down and strangling her. Who knows? Talk to you later. Until I'm strangled, still dead.